Boxer, the technical trader at detectrader.com. It's August 18th, Thursday, and it's time for a review of our swing trades in the last few weeks. Starting alphabetically with AEHR, which we put out when it exploded here. Ran up quickly, a couple 3 points, and then backed off a wedge, and it then exploded. So far, it's really had a phenomenal move of more than 100% and doesn't look done yet. Next target after resistance to 19 and 19 and a quarter taken out would be around 24. Coupang, B bottom with right hand extension breakout. We put a swing on it. It pulled back and tested, pop, did it again, and then we had a fifth wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We often say sell the fifth wave. That reversed when it got up to 2138. It's back down about 4 points to 1764. Hasn't really broken support, but it has broken the trend line, to be careful. That's my line in the sand. If it goes below that, we're out. Stop under 16 and a quarter. And if it does extend, we might see the stock get back up in the low 20s. TKF NJ, when it broke out, we put a swing on it. It's kind of moved from the mid-teens to the low 20s and then backed off. Today was a downer, down 5%, but it's within the rising channel. I think the next target would be, if it takes 21.5 out, at 25. Ford Motors keeps moving. Nice trend. When it broke out and got above the moving average, we put a swing on it a month ago. It's gone from 12 3/4 to 16 and change. High 1668 on this move, and a little bit of a pullback with it upside today. If it gets above this level, I'm looking for 18.5 and 20. INBX was a great swing. If it popped out, we put a swing on it, and then kept going, pulled back, popped again, reached 2 of our targets, didn't quite get to target number 3, but you can see this was the target zone here, and we backed off. Today's action down 244, 11%, may have cracked the trend. Be careful. It may have maybe stopped out if it hasn't already. INVZ breakaway, popped, pulled back, and popped again. Got up near resistance there, a little bit beneath it, and pulled back. For me, I need a stock to show me that it can get back above 635, 6 and a quarter. Then your target 7 3/4, 8. Joby Aviation popped out. We put a swing on it, but it's backed off resistance, and it's forming some sort of wedge in here. I still like the possibilities, but I don't want to see a breakdown from this area where it's at. So watch it carefully. Under 5 3/4 won't be pretty. I don't think it'd be as viable as I like it to be. KNX, the trucker, inverse head and shoulder breakout. We put a swing on it. It popped and retested and then ran. Recently making a high of 57.58. My target's about 59 and 62.3. Nice trend. Sharp angle of ascent. Number liquidators we just put on 2 days ago when it popped, but it backed off. Hasn't extended yet. What I'd like to see is a move through 11. That should yield 12.5, 13, and then 14 3/4, 15. And P broke out. We put a swing, and then immediately popped, extended, and pulled back. At this point, it's an orderly retrace. That looks like your new angle. I think this angle of ascent shows that a trend could retest 40 and maybe get into the mid to high 40s. Neo popped out of its base, formed a wedge. We went long, put a swing on it, and ran from 10 to almost 13, 1298. Backed off a little bit, but reversed today. I like to look at this one. Nice base breakout and channel up, targeting 14, 18. Nanox broke out, pulled back, engulfing, and then did not follow through. That's a little disappointing. And my supports are now 1290, 13, and 1180, 85. Target 1895, 19, and then 21, 22. PACB exploded the day we put it out. It ran from 8 and change to 14. Hell of a swing right there at hours. Big pullback now, however. I'm looking at this as a possible entry up on a 50% retrace for a new swing. Plug broke out. Then a little consolidation started to move. We put a swing on it. It's basically gone from the 2021 zone, rocketing to 3031. There's resistance up here, so the pullback's underway. But if the consolidation takes out 32 and a quarter, targeting 36 and mid 40s. Rite Aid looked real good when it broke out, but it got the resistance and consolidated for 4 days. Today was nasty as it dropped down and took out our support at around 9.5, closing at 865. That's no longer being considered. Roblox, really like this company. Broke out, put a swing on it, back and filled it, and extended, got to the first target near 53.4. and backed off. Still trending, perhaps. The next target zone somewhere around 65 and 74. Rivian popped out, extended a little bit, backed off. It's on the trend line. It needs to hold ideally near here. The next target is 42. And then I'm looking for 47.8. Seed got up to key resistance. You can see a triple top up here, and now the pullback and reversal. There's a trend line in place that looks good. Next target, 14. Skyt, what a wonderful swing this was. Broke out, we put a swing on it, it kept running. A little bit of a pullback here for a week and a half, and then boom, again. 2 consecutive inside day type trades. Still looking for 23.5 and more. TCDA broke out of a coil, put a swing on it. It's flagging now, and it's flagging bullishly at that. Next target, 16 plus. Tmdx broke out, we put a swing on it, kept going, reached target number 1, backed off for a week now, and flagging bullishly right there. Next target, 54. W's broke out of a base, popped, we put a swing on it, backed off, and then tested successfully and reached 76 plus, about 10-point move, and upside target now 77.8 and 85.88. Workhorse broke out, we put a swing, it went up and then backed up sharply, but recovered. Now it's pulling back again. It's forming some sort of large wedge pattern, but I don't want to see it any further down than where it is ideally right here. Next target, 5.5. That's it for today, folks. Look at some of the swing trades that we put out over the last 3, 4, 5 weeks. For now, HB out. Have a great evening and a good Friday tomorrow.